and welcome. Good evening. You're joining us here on Super 6 on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. Over the next 60 minutes, I'll be live from here, the Vidhan Sauda. As the sun sets, the political temperatures continue to soar here in Bengaluru. A lot of political action coming in. The latest updates on the CM fight with what is coming your way for the next 1 hour. We begin this broadcast by rounding up the top developments that we'll be focusing on. The fact that in this Game of Thrones, in the last 24 hours, we've seen the political tug-of-war only intensifying. DK Shivkumar is likely to head to Delhi very, very soon. And so when that particular meeting happens, when DK Shivkumar is in Delhi, the big question mark is, will he get a chance to meet with Sonia Gandhi? Will he get a chance to meet with the High Command before they go ahead and take their decision? That is something we'll focus on. And even as we're counting down to DK Shivkumar's visit to Delhi, DK Suresh, his brother, is already in the national capital, lobbying hard, trying to get maximum support, trying to pile pressure on the High Command to ensure that at every step of the way, DK Shivkumar is ahead in the race. And so they've decided, look, Karnataka is important, but so is Delhi. Ultimately, the decision will be taken in Delhi, which is why DK Suresh, trusted aide of DK Shivkumar, is now in the national capital. The Congress High Command huddle will in fact be taking place on November 30th. So in 48 hours from now, not 24 hours, 48 hours from now, there will be that meeting. Who are we referring to as the High Command? Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge. The three of them will be a part of this particular huddle. But ultimately, we're hearing it will be Sonia Gandhi who will take the decision. So interestingly, even as we got that news break today, there was a message that came in from DK Shivkumar where he heaped praises on Sonia Gandhi. A clear indication and an attempt by DK Shivkumar to send across that message that he remains as loyal as can ever be to Sonia Gandhi. Ultimately, if it's Sonia Gandhi who's taking the decision, it is advantage DK Shivkumar. She is known to be extremely fond of him because of the number of times he stepped in to help the Congress come out of rather messy situations. Now, even as all of this is happening, the BJP is having a field day with all of the chaos that's playing out. The BJP has released another caricature mocking the Congress. We'll get you all of those reactions from the Bharatiya Janata Party, who are even considering a no-confidence motion. December 8th is the assembly session in Karnataka. If the Congress High Command doesn't sort out this mess by then, the BJP is going to go ahead and move a no-confidence motion. Optics-wise, it's bad for the Congress if that happens. And finally, DK Shivkumar continuing his pressure tactics. He's got all of his loyalists out there, from pujas, havans, to press conferences, to messages to the High Command. He's doing everything it takes to ensure that there is a change of guard in Karnataka, that he is made the Chief Minister. So as I just showed you, a whole lot of updates coming in right now from Karnataka. I'm going to be getting you all of that and much, much more on this broadcast. We've got all of our reporters lined up, coming to you live in this edition of Super 6. Here are the headlines first. Karnataka Game of Thrones enters its finale action to shift to capital as DKS's brother DK Suresh has touched down in Delhi. DK Shivkumar also expected to land in Delhi today. India manages to brave Trump's tariff tantrums. Real GDP grows by 8.2% in the second quarter of 2025-26 compared to a growth rate of 5.6% last year. Prime Minister Modi's spiritual sojourn recites Bhagavad Gita in Karnataka Mutt, follows it up with inaugurating Asia's tallest Lord Ram statue in Goa. Cyclone Ditwa wreaks havoc in Sri Lanka. Over 50 dead in floods and landslides as India also lends a helping hand to our neighbour. Tamil Nadu braces now for cyclone impact. In the wake of Washington, D.C. shooting, U.S. President Donald Trump says he will permanently pause migration from all third world countries and deport foreign nationals who are a security risk. And Russian President Vladimir Putin to visit India for 2 days. From December 4th, he will hold annual summit talks with Prime Minister Modi to strengthen bilateral ties. Okay, we're starting with big breaking news that's coming in. The High Command has finally woken up to the crisis at hand in the Karnataka Congress. Sources telling us that the Congress High Command will now be going ahead and summoning both DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah in the next 24 to 48 hours. Once that summon is issued, there will be a meeting with the High Command. DK Shivkumar will get a chance to put forth his point of view. Siddaramaiah will be given a chance to put forth his point of view, and then a decision ultimately will be taken by the High Command. This is extremely crucial at a time when we've been telling you here on India Today that DK Shivkumar is headed to the national capital. As someone will mean that Siddaramaiah too immediately rushes to Delhi to meet with the High Command. He's been pushing to remain the Chief Minister. So which way will the High Command go? Well, at this point, they've finally taken cognizance of what's happening in the Karnataka Congress and the absolute chaos, the mess that's been spread out for the last few days. I'll bring in our reporters on this broadcast. We've got Sagai Raj, Apurva, Anaga live with us. And I'll take this across to Sagai Raj first for more details. Sagai, the summons expected in 24 to 48 hours. So maybe the start of December, all of the suspense comes to an end.
Absolutely, that's what everybody is hoping for. And remember, there is an assembly session which is scheduled to start from December 8th, and even this DCM Camp app also requested to happen to finish all the power transition before December 8th. And if everything goes according to the plan, probably we might have a new cabinet and new chief minister on 8th of December when the assembly session begins. And if you notice that it will end to all kind of chaos which is happening in the state of Karnataka, whether the power transition, power tussle, or even the opposition targeting Karnataka Congress government, where they are concentrating only on politics rather than the work in the state of Karnataka, and probably a big relief even for the people of the state.
Okay, I'll bring in Rahul Gautam from Bengaluru to Delhi. As promised, we're getting you all of those updates. And Rahul, you're picking up that the Congress High Command is finally getting set to crack the whip, figure out what they want to do, pick a side between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar within the next 1 to 2 days. So is this possible, Rahul, that the meeting could happen even before the High Command meet that's scheduled to happen on November 30th?
Absolutely, Akshita. This is what we've been told, that this high-powered meeting can take place even before the parliamentary strategy group meeting. And why this is happening, I'll tell you. Exactly, there are 48 hours, because on 30th this meeting is going to happen at 6 p.m. The parliamentary strategy group meeting. So you have a window of 48 hours. And on Monday there is a meeting of opposition floor leaders, in Parliament, just to chalk out a strategy for Parliament. So before winding up or completing up the parliamentary business, it seemed that High Command had decided to finally intervene, and we've been informed from our sources in an exclusive news break that we're bringing in that in next 1 or 2 days, both Siddaramaiah and Mr. DK Shivkumar will be summoned to the national capital, and discussions will be taking place with them, and it is expected that a formula or some sort of a truce would be called off, or some decision would be made during those discussions. So clearly it seems that you and me have been discussing that as to why High Command was not intervening. It seems that finally that the intervention has come, and in all likelihood, in next 1 or 2 days, that important meeting or crucial meeting that we've been discussing is finally going to take place. And in a way, you can say that climax has begun, for Karnataka Congress crisis, which has been unfolding for past few days.
Well, we certainly hope so. We certainly hope that, we're seeing now the final leg of all of the drama that's been playing out in Karnataka. Because ultimately, look, as a result of all this stalemate, this back and forth, this bickering, let's face it, governance does suffer as a result. But as we continue to track this and our reporters stay on with us, I want to cut across to another breaking news that's coming in. A former BJP MLA, ST Somashekar, meeting with DK Shivkumar. What is this about? Remember, there have been questions about whether in one of the scenarios there's a possibility of BJP offering support to DK Shivkumar. A former BJP MLA at such a time meeting with DK Shivkumar. What is this about? Listen in to ST Somashekar himself. My colleague Anaga caught up with him.
Please,
at the moment?
please confirm DK Shivakumar.
Okay. Sir,
Illa.
okay. Sir, but then what do you make of the whole power tussle that's
No,
going
no,
on,
no,
sir?
no idea, madam. No idea. No idea.
Sir, are all the Congress MLAs united according to you, sir?
No, I am not a Congress MLA.
Sir, but then you just had a meeting with DK Shivakumar
No,
in
no.
discussion on the power tussle that has happened.
The DK Shivakumar is sanctioned 113 crores, 113 crores to my constituency. That's why I wish to deputy CM. That's
Is there
only.
any
No
dissidence
political.
within the Congress
No
fold,
party.
sir?
No dissident. All 139 MLAs are together. No dissidents in Congress.
If there is a change of leadership, will all the MLAs
It
be
began.
united?
It is an high command decision, not local. Okay, thank you.
So one. Okay, so that's ST Somashekar, former BJP MLA in the long list of people who've been meeting with DK Shivakumar at his residence. There are some with messages of solidarity. There are some who are pretty much just curious about what's happening and are kind of seeing where really DK Shivakumar's head is at this time. But our reporters who've been reporting on the story have been telling us that DK Shivakumar does come across to be very hopeful, very confident that this is his time now, that he is going to be made the Chief Minister. We will know, hopefully in a couple of days, if that is really the case, if that's where the High Command also is headed. But lots of updates that have come in the last few hours as well. Let's round it up for you. Here's a detailed report of what's been happening, particularly the word taunts, the war of words literally that's broken out between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar on social media. Take a look at this.
ಪೂಜಾ ಪಾಸ್ಚರಿಂಗ್
ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೇಡಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮುಂದಾಳತ್ವವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿ
politics. There is everything in Karnataka Game of Thrones except an end to fight for kursi. Congress leaders continue to look at the High Command, especially the Gandhis, to end the tussle between Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and his deputy DK Shivakumar, while maintaining there is no divide in the Granole party.
What did the CM say? CM has very clearly said High Command. What did DCM say? High Command. What has MLA said? High Command. Where is the ambiguity? The ambiguity is only in public and with the in the media and BJP. Not even with public or with the Congress.
It is High Command. They are going to meet and take whatever decision they want.
And amid all the chaos and even a veiled war of words, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar attended a government function together. Meanwhile, DK is informed that he might travel to the national capital.
Delhi is our temple. We have to go there. All of us are without Delhi, nothing can go. Congress party is a party with a big history, and always Delhi will guide us. We may rule here. Ultimately, we have a policy contained to the whatever the policies of the Congress party and the constitution. We have to work by that.
The BJP on the other side has launched a full-scale attack on Congress over the tussle.
ಅಣ್ಣ 2.5 ವರ್ಷ ಮುಗೀತು ಇವ್ರು ಕುರ್ಚಿ ಬಿಡೋ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
The Saffron Party put out an AI-generated video which shows the DK brothers trying to take over the Chief Minister chair, while Minister Zamir Ahmed from Siddaramaiah's camp applies glue on Chief Minister's chair to ensure that Siddaramaiah remains seated on it. The party is also mulling a no-trust motion against Siddaramaiah during the next assembly session in Belagavi.
Ministers, MLAs of both the camps are going very aggressively. I am not surprised if there is a vertical split that's going to happen in days to come within the ruling Congress party.
ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಯಕರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತುಕತೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಬೆಳಗಾವಿಯ ಅಧಿವೇಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಗೊತ್ತುವಳಿಯನ್ನು ಮಂಡನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸವನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ.
The Gandhis have been keeping a closer watch from a distance, but now is the time for them to act before it's too late. With Akshita Nandgopal, Anaga Keshav and Sagai Raj, Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, so a lot of updates that have come in, but it's descended now to this. where you've got a social media fight playing out between the Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister. Maybe that's what woke up the High Command to realize that, look, we have to address the crisis at hand. We can't afford to look the other way anymore. If there is a decision taken in favor of DK Shivkumar over the next few days, it will mean that the Congress, for the first time in a crisis that they faced similarly in many other states, have chosen to take a stand, and chosen to take a stand for the younger leader for the first time. So we will have to see if that actually happens, and then how, if that happens, do they actually placate Siddaramaiah. Before I decode that with our reporters, I just want to also break down for you the other big pressure tactic game we've been seeing on the lines of caste. Siddaramaiah, a Kuruba leader, representative of the Ahinda groups, OBC leader, huge necessity for the Congress to keep him happy, to keep that vote bank happy. So they can't afford to upset him or let him go just like that. He needs to be satisfied. He needs to have what he refers to as a graceful exit. And then on the other hand, DK Shivkumar, influential Vokkaliga leader. Vokkaligas do have a big say in politics in Karnataka. So it is a catch-22 situation for the Congress. Add to that, to make it all the more harder, is the fact that both sides are also piling pressure. And how? Take a look at our next report.
Karnataka's power tussle has entered the spiritual sphere. What began as a quiet leadership churn within the Congress is now playing out in public through prayers, proclamations and pressure tactics. In a clear political signal, Vokkaliga seers are openly batting for DK Shivkumar. After a meeting with the Deputy Chief Minister, the seers claimed he was promised the Chief Minister's post by the Congress High Command.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಹಿರಿಯರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅವರಿಗೆ 75 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಬಾರಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ರಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವರ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್, ನಾನು ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಅವರ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಅವರ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿಂದ
The endorsement sharpens the fault line inside the ruling party, with caste backing now being openly mobilized. The push for Shivakumar is being challenged just as strongly. OBC seers backing Chief Minister Siddaramaiah have hit back.
ಸಂವಿಧಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಠಾಧೀಶರು ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಶಾಸಕರಿಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಶಾಸಕರು ಯಾರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಿರ್ಣಯನ ಶಾಸಕರು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಹೊರತು ಯಾವುದೋ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು.
The spiritual divide is now mirroring the political battle lines. Even as seers debate in Bengaluru, Siddaramaiah's supporters are turning to faith in Kalaburagi. At the Sharana Vasaveshwara temple, his followers performed a mass ritual, breaking 101 coconuts and beating drums, praying for his uninterrupted 5-year term as Chief Minister. Supporters call it devotion. Critics call it political muscle flexing. But the message is unmistakable. Siddaramaiah still commands deep emotional and social backing. Now, a Dalit seer has added yet another layer to the unfolding drama. He has said that Karnataka should have a Dalit Chief Minister if Siddaramaiah steps down, opening a fresh front in the leadership debate.
ಯಾರೇ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ್ರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಈಗಿರುವ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳೇ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳ ಕಡೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನರ ಇದು ಮನವಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ದಿನಗಳಿಂದಲೂ ಕೂಡ ದಲಿತ CM ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಬೇಡಿಕೆ ಇದೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಕಾರ್ಯಗತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ.
If DK Shivkumar is elevated, the party will have to immediately placate OBC and Dalit groups with big ticket positions in the government and party organization. A Vokkaliga Chief Minister would tilt the power balance in the state, risking pushback from Siddaramaiah's strong OBC support base. And with Dalits also raising their demands, the Congress is suddenly juggling pressure from 3 powerful social blocs at once. For now, Siddaramaiah continues as Chief Minister. But as seers issue endorsements, supporters offer prayers and caste equations harden on the ground. The Congress party in Karnataka finds itself walking a tight political tightrope. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let's put the focus now on the High Command. With the news break that came in the next 1 to 2 days, you could see Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar being summoned. Where does the High Command really stand right now, or what's happening with the CM crisis? Let's begin with Mallikarjun Kharge, who's someone at this point remains undecided. He was in Bengaluru. In all of his communications said the High Command will decide, whatever that means, considering this gentleman right here is the AICC chief. But having said that, there's always been talk that he himself harbors CM ambitions. He's been public, vocal about it a few years ago. But now does he think that this is my time? There's a possibility I can become the chief minister. Is that why he's refusing to take a stand? Well, at this point, so far, he's undecided. And his CM ambitions are known. So maybe that's a factor to consider. Then there's Sonia Gandhi. Well, as far as Sonia Gandhi goes, she has a clear favourite in this fight. That is DK Shivkumar. Why? Because there have been several times when he stepped in to dissolve one crisis after another for the Congress. He's been the troubleshooter-in-chief for the Congress, a trusted lieutenant of Sonia Gandhi, which is why she does, in a way, want DK Shivkumar. Remember, in 2023, it was Sonia Gandhi who stepped in and assured DK Shivkumar that we will make you the chief minister in 2.5 years. Rahul Gandhi, however, wants Siddaramaiah. Why? Because of the veteran administrator that Siddaramaiah is, one. Secondly, OBC leader. It fits right into Rahul Gandhi's narrative of reaching out to the OBCs, constantly speaking about the OBCs, their rights, and that they are suppressed. So in such a circumstance, it doesn't really fit into his politics to remove a chief minister, an OBC chief minister, because then there are the questions about how serious Congress is about that particular issue of uplifting OBC. So that's a bit of a situation there that the Congress finds itself in. But this is how really the High Command is stacked right now. Each of them have their favorites. And so if you look at it right now, it's 1-1 in a way. Let me bring in our reporters on this broadcast as well for really what happens now. If Sagai, as our news break earlier today was saying that it is Sonia Gandhi who has the ultimate say, who has the final call, that means advantage DK Shivkumar.
See, it will play to the advantage of DK Shivkumar. Time and again, DK Shivkumar has said that he is our mother, Nammatai. She is the one who supported him when he was in Tihar jail. She met him in Tihar jail, promised him, stating that you will be made as a KPCC president. And even if you win the elections under your leadership, you will be rewarded. You don't worry. And he got out of the prison, and everything was history, where he was made a chief minister and he brought Congress to power. What we get to learn through sources from the deputy chief minister's office is that Sonia Gandhi had promised, stating that there will be a change in power after 2.5 years. It is the Gandhi family which has said, and there was a modalities which has been worked in a room with 6 senior leaders, including Mallikarjun Kharge, KC Venugopal, Ranjit Surjewala, Siddaramaiah, DK Shivkumar, and his brother. That's when there was a pact between them, saying that you take care of first 2.5 years, and I will take care of second 2.5 years. That's when DK Suresh had asked them to make this as a public, make a media announcement. That's when one of the senior Congress leaders went on to say that if you do so, the administration will have a negative impact. It is going to affect that. So we will not make any announcement. However, this is a pact, and we will ensure that we will implement this. There was a question which wasn't raised at that point of time. What if the similar kind of situation, what happened in Rajasthan, might replicate in Karnataka? What if Siddaramaiah becomes another Ashok Gehlot? But Siddaramaiah said that I will not be, whatever the word, whatever the promise that I make, I'll fulfill. I'll walk the talk. I'll ensure that there is a power transition smoothly 7 days before 2.5 years has been completed. So this is what the Deputy Chief Minister's office sources have told us, and this is what the drama unfolded according to them in Delhi after 2023 elections results.
So interestingly, what you're referring to, Sagai, is something that DK Shivkumar spoke of today in a subtle hint, saying and indicating that, look, if you look back at what happened in 2023, the result wasn't just courtesy Siddaramaiah, it was very much courtesy DK Shivkumar as well. So he said this was a joint effort of sorts that ensured the victory for the Congress in Karnataka in 2023. Let's play out some of those reactions from DK Shivkumar from earlier today.
ನಾನು ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ನಾವಿಬ್ರು ಸೇರಿ ನನಗೆ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸೋನಿಯಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು ನೇಮಕ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾನು ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನತೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮೇಲೆ, ಯುವಕರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪಾರವಾದಂಥ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ 3 ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಕಣ್ಣು, ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಮಾಜ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನ ನೇತೃತ್ವದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಲಿ. ಈ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬದುಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಹಚ್ಚಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಆ ದೀಪ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದನೇ ಬೆಳಗಲಿ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅನೇಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ರೂಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸೋನಿಯಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು ಈ ದೇಶದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಅಧಿಕ ನಾಯಕಿಯಾಗಿ ಸುಮಾರು 20 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅಧಿಕಾರ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ರವರು ಈ ದೇಶದ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇಂದಿರಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರ ಸೊಸೆಗೆ ಕರೆದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ಬೇಡ, ಈ ದೇಶದ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ತಜ್ಞ, ಈ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು, ಆ ತಾಯಿ ಮನಮೋಹನ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಆಶಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಬಂತು. ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಖಾತ್ರಿ.
You really have to read between the lines with DK Shivkumar. Forget, world power is world power. That was as clear as it gets. But Anaga, you listen to what really the Deputy Chief Minister said at that government event in the presence of Siddaramaiah. The messaging is very clear. He's trying to send across that message that he had a big role to play in the 2023 win. He speaks of guarantees. He speaks of Sonia Gandhi and her sacrifices, all that she's done for the Congress.
But in fact, and he's not wrong in saying that, because when you take a look at what happened in the year 2023, most of it was under the leadership of DK Shivkumar. Whether, mobilizing cadre or whether be it the 40% Sarkara charge that they leveled against the then BJP government, everything has been under the direct administration of DK Shivkumar, because he is the KPCC chief. So there he is taking credit for 2023 victory and also for the 5 guarantee schemes. And therefore, if you do pay closer attention to his speech, he also makes a mention of sacrifice very tacitly, not really directly implying up this power tussle, but he brings in Sonia Gandhi. Many times before, he has mentioned that Sonia Gandhi is like his own mother. Back when, at a time of his own crisis that he had in Tihar jail, it was Sonia Gandhi who had been to that jail to visit him. So it's very clear that DK Shivkumar really respects her, and therefore he calls her as somebody who had sacrificed her position of power, that position of prime ministership that she let go to make way of Manmohan Singh, and therefore he keeps Sonia Gandhi as an idol.
So in a way, if Sonia Gandhi was taking a decision, DK Shivkumar will remind her. He will remind her that in 2023, it was on your assurance that I stepped back and I said that, okay, I'll be the Deputy Chief Minister, I'll be the Karnataka Congress Chief. I will not attempt to be Chief Minister for 2.5 years. But let's cut across to breaking news now that's coming in. Senior Congress leader Veerappa Moily concedes that what's happening right now in Karnataka is a result of the central leadership. While he's refused to comment on the CM fight and who should be the chief minister, Veerappa Moily says that if this isn't addressed, there is turmoil, or there is going to be turmoil, and the central leadership is responsible for it. So the Congress now calling out the High Command, saying, come on, crack the whip, act, end the suspense. That's the message coming in from even veteran Congress leaders like Veerappa Moily. Listen in.
Here of the Congress party who are in the responsible position, and also our High Command representative, whoever it may be. I think they should have foreseen some of these developments. It's not a sudden development. It's a development which is ongoing development last 6 years. So I mean last 2.5 years. So I think rather it is a negligence of the Congress leaders for allowing this impasse to develop.
देखो
We
भारतीय
want to
जनता
turn
पार्टी
into
में
a
कोई कितना भी
political
बड़ा
turmoil,
नेता हो
yes,
सबसे
it-
पहले वो
it
पार्टी
can
का कार्यकर्ता
happen.
है।
But you know,
भले उसमें चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब
the
हों,
leaders here of the
मिनिस्टर
Congress
हों,
party
या
who
कोई
are
मेयर हो
in the responsible
या कोई
position,
बड़ा नेता हो,
and
कितना
also
भी
our
बड़ा
high command
पदाधिकारी सबसे पहले वो
representative,
एक
whoever it may be.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कार्यकर्ता है
I
और
think
जब
they should have
भारतीय
foreseen
जनता पार्टी
some of
कोई काम
these
करती तो पूरे अपने
developments. It's not a
ताकत से
sudden development.
तो
This is a
इसलिए
development which
ये
is
कहना है कि कोई
ongoing
मंत्री जा रहे हैं
development
या कोई चीफ मिनिस्टर
last
साहब जा रहे हैं
6 years.
हम सब
So, I
कार्यकर्ता
mean,
हैं और
last
पार्टी
2.5
के लिए काम
years.
करते हैं, जनता के लिए काम
So, I
करते हैं।
think it is
तो इसलिए भारतीय
I
जनता
think rather
पार्टी
it is a
छोटे से छोटे
negligence of the
काम में
Congress
पूरी ताकत
leaders
लगाती है।
for allowing this impasse to develop. If we want to turn into a political turmoil, yes.
आप ये
it can
देखिए कि
happen. But you know,
बिहार के अंदर शुक्ला साहब हो गया
the
पोजीशन
leaders here of the Congress party
और दिल्ली में
That's Veerappa Moile's advice, and I suspect even if Congress leaders don't say it in front of the media, this is exactly what they're saying behind closed doors. That look, the High Command must address this crisis. It's been 1.5 weeks and counting. With every passing day, there's only more tension that's building up, evident in the fact that we also saw it spilling out onto social media in the last few hours between DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah. And this, Apurva, is in fact something that there are some Congress leaders who are in agreement with, who have said that yes, we feel the High Command should act now, should put an end to this now.
Well, that's right, Akshita, and because you see this tussle between DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah been constantly going on for quite some time now, and more importantly, we have to remind ourselves that the Congress's major base in India is, in fact, one of the strong bases, might I add, is from Karnataka, and to see that the power politics here take a wrong U-turn definitely does show, what are the kind of loopholes and hidden misunderstandings that are there within inside the Congress as well. On one side, you do see that leaders are saying High Command has to take a decision, but on the other side, you see Congress leaders from other states as well questioning why is that the High Command hasn't taken a decision yet? Why is it that their silence is, most likely it shouldn't be, but hope that their silence should not be this costly as well, because you see Karnataka is a strong base for the Congress, and to see both stalwart leaders fighting it out, it definitely does show what kind of image that is being portrayed for the Congress, showing it as a strong front.
The Congress has to crack the whip immediately. Before I thank all of our reporters, Sagai Raj, who's been tracking all of the updates for us, has been based here in Karnataka, so he's perhaps the best voice we have right now of what's playing out. Sagai, do you see this ending this weekend? Do you see developments happening and finally a choice being made?
Now, what we get to learn through AICC is that they have been summoned. Probably they will be summoned in another 1 or 2 days, where they will be visiting Delhi, and everything depends upon the decision of High Command, as the politicians say here in Bengaluru. So we are hoping that everything should end by this weekend, and probably on December 8th, you might have a new cabinet or a new chief minister, or if they are continuing with this, it will be a government which will continue again in the power.
Okay, interesting. So you're telling us that there is a possibility, it depends really completely on the High Command right now. If DK Shivkumar heads to Delhi anytime soon, will that prompt Siddaramaiah to also rush to Delhi, or is he going to wait for someone from the High Command? There is also that complete possibility that the High Command chooses not to listen to DK Shivkumar, Siddaramaiah, and just goes with the decision that they've taken. But at this point, considering that so far they've struggled to go ahead and take any sort of decision, it looks unlikely that they will be able to do that without hearing from both sides. Because at the end of the day, what they're attempting to do here is to placate both sides, to ensure both DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah, both powerful, both influential leaders, are kept happy, both intrinsic to also the Karnataka Congress's 2028 plan. Siddaramaiah may be talking of political retirement, but that OBC vote hinges on him. And so in 2028, he is still very much a crucial player in keeping him happy right now. I'd like to thank all of our reporters on this broadcast for joining us for the last 3 hours and getting every single update, news break, spot on and first right here on India Today. Sagai Raj, Anaga, Apurva, Rahul Gautam in Delhi. Thank you all very much for joining us here and getting us those updates. Now, we keep speaking we keep talking about what happened in 2023, about how, even at that point, it was a similar script that played out. Siddaramaiah versus DK Shivkumar, who will be the chief minister, lobbying in Bengaluru, followed by lobbying in Delhi. And ultimately, the High Command, which dithered, finally took a decision at that time in favor of Siddaramaiah. But DK Shivkumar maintains there was a verbal agreement, a nod and a clear decision that in 2.5 years, he will be made the chief minister. Did that actually happen? What transpired in 2023? I break that down for you as we go back in time to when the Karnataka mandate came in and the tense next few days on who would be the chief minister. Let's take a look at this report.
A landslide victory in May 2023. The Congress storming back to power in Karnataka. But the seeds of today's crisis were sown on day one. Even before the celebration settled, the succession battle began. Siddaramaiah versus DK Shivkumar. A straight contest for the Chief Minister's chair. One, a mass OBC veteran. The other, a rising Vocaliga powerhouse who rebuilt the party's organization. Both wanting the top job, both had caste blocks, MLAs and political muscle behind them.
There's a clear divide in the Congress High Command on who should be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka, and that's making this decision all the more difficult to make. By High Command, who are we talking about? Well, if you look at the likes of Rahul Gandhi as well as KC Venugopal, the both of them are reportedly backing Siddaramaiah. They're saying Siddaramaiah very clearly is a mass leader. He should be made the Chief Minister. What about Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress chief who's holding these back-to-back meetings? Well, what we're hearing from our sources is that he's not too keen on Siddaramaiah as Chief Minister, but not that he's completely backing DK Shivkumar as well. So largely, Kharge's role seems to be that of a neutral Congress president who wants to take a call on what benefits the state of Karnataka. Majority MLAs are also backing Siddaramaiah, and that's a very, very big factor in favor of Siddaramaiah right now. But what goes in favor of DK Shivkumar is the fact that Sonia Gandhi is considered to have a very close equation with DK Shivkumar. Shivkumar has spoken about that time and again, saying, I was made the Congress chief by Sonia Gandhi to deliver the state of Karnataka. I've delivered.
And in those early days, the caste calculus just sharpened the race. The Ahindas, minorities, backward classes and Dalits rallied behind Siddaramaiah. Vocaligas went all out for Shivakumar. Most newly elected Congress MLAs are said to have backed Siddaramaiah in a secret ballot. Sources whispering 60% for him, 40% for DK Shivkumar. Only never officially confirmed. Siddaramaiah's pan-Karnataka appeal and his hold over minorities, backward classes and Dalits worked in his favour. But the Vocaliga push for DK Shivkumar was equally fierce. The community insisting their leader must finally become Chief Minister. That's when the High Command stepped in. MLAs authorized Party Chief Mallikarjun Kharge to pick the Chief Minister. What followed was a hard bargain. Followed by whispers of a 2.5-year rotation, DK Shivkumar reportedly asked for the first 2.5 years. Siddaramaiah, citing seniority, refused.
He decided to make Siddaramaiah as the Chief Minister of Karnataka.
The compromise, Siddaramaiah leads the first half, DK Shivkumar takes over in the second. Though never confirmed, it planted the expectation.
A consensus has been reached. You can see Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar standing side by side, making their way inside Kharge's residence right now. The images speak volumes of what the Congress High Command has managed to achieve right now. These are the latest pictures. They're going to be meeting with Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge. They came in the same car from KC Venugopal's residence, and that is a clear indicator, a clear message that they're sending across that all is well. Both of them right now are happy.
According to sources in the DK Shivkumar camp, the power-sharing formula was sealed on May 18, 2023, after long, high-stakes negotiations involving Siddaramaiah, DK Shivakumar, Party Chief Mallikarjun Kharge, KC Venugopal, Randeep Surjewala and DK Suresh. Cut to 2025, 2.5 years later, Karnataka Congress is in turmoil. Both leaders publicly deny a revolt. Both say High Command will decide. But the High Command stays silent, and the Game of Thrones is unmistakable. A victory that once united the Congress is now reopening old fault lines. All eyes remain on Delhi, where the final script of Karnataka's power play will be written. With Akshita Nandgopal, Bureau Report, India Today.
So interesting developments. If 2023 was anything to go by, we're set for a political roller coaster of sorts. This weekend is going to be crucial because at least, if nothing else, there's movement in the national capital of the High Command coming together for a meeting. That's on November 30th, in 2 days from now. You're going to see the CPP meet followed by a pull aside of Kharge, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, where the sole agenda is to discuss what's happening in Karnataka. Now, will there be a decision taken or will the stalemate continue, and which means more weeks and days of this impasse continuing? It's anyone's guess right now, particularly with the Congress, which has dithered for far too long already on this issue. But either way, you sense that there is a bit of impatience in the air here in Bengaluru among the people, among the politicians too, who want to know who's the chosen one. But the answer, unfortunately, doesn't lie behind me in the Vidhan Sauda. It doesn't lie here in Bengaluru. It lies in Delhi. And until the High Command is ready to take that call, it's anyone's guess right now on whether it could be Siddaramaiah, the veteran administrator, or DK Shivakumar, the master political strategist. Is it about keeping the OBC vote bank happy right now, or is it about ensuring that the 2028 face of the Karnataka Congress, DK Shivakumar, is given the mantle right now, given the reins right now, so he can go ahead and take charge and hit the ground running immediately? At least that's his pitch right now. Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar, we're going to continue tracking either way, whichever way this runs through. Thank you very much for tuning in to this special 3-hour broadcast. We promise to continue to get you all of the latest updates, exclusive news breaks on the Karnataka Game of Thrones right here on India Today. Thanks very much for tuning in. This is Akshita Nandgopal signing off.